So hang on. Mute. Jana, you're going to have to unmute again. Can you unmute? Okay, so I am so excited about this. You guys, I'm so proud of you, first of all, for being on this call, because that means you're doing what it takes to build a successful business with Singular. So pat yourself on the back, because that's huge. And you guys are doing it day after day. And that's what's going to build it. There's leaders that are forming in these groups. We're seeing them emerge. We're seeing you motivate and do all these things. And I wanted this last 2 weeks of July for you guys to be rewarded, the ones of you who are working to be rewarded. And today is one of my favorite people in the world. She has become one of my dearest friends. We were talking daily. We talk almost daily, and collaborate with each other and try to figure out ways to help all of you grow. And she is an ambassador. She has a similar background, corporate America background as me. She is an ambassador, which means the average income for an ambassador is $103,000 a month. That's what the average income for an ambassador is. And I'm going to tell you, she didn't get there by just waiting for things to fall out of the sky. She got there by doing daily income producing activities. So please make welcome my dear friend and my mentor, Jana Bullard.
Oh, Melissa, you're so awesome. I just love and adore you ever since the first time I met you. And I love talking to people that are in this. Not kind of, sort of, but they're doing the work. They're in it. They can see that you really can. You can change a whole lot of lives. I didn't even ask how long I was supposed to do this, but I'm done talking, I guess. Anyway, and so I'm so excited. Y'all, income producing activities is the challenge that y'all did for this. It's everything. It's keeping your doors open. And I know Melissa even talked about that on a live she did earlier on my business page for me about mindset, is you can work this part-time, but you can't work it sometimes. That's what IPAs are, first of all. It is you keeping your doors open and you working it part-time. And so for me, I probably worked 60 hours or so a week. When I first started, I was in banking. I traveled and I covered 5 different districts. And so I would have days where all day long I'd be tied up, and then I would be tied up in the evening because there would be some sort of leadership thing. And, you can't sit here like this while you're being a leader, especially in corporate America, because they're not making any money on that phone. And so it was working it every day, y'all. And back in the day, our IPAs were not as clearly defined. What does that mean? I just knew when I started this that my word is good. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So if I say that I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you. If I say I'm going to show up, if I say I'm doing this, I'm not going to look up. And 5 days later, I've not checked on anybody that's already bought a kit. I haven't checked on anybody that's about to. I haven't talked to any of my distributors, because your doors being open matters so much. So I applaud you so much. And I'll tell you, most of us are in small towns. We have an opportunity to get into larger cities. That was even something that was spoken about at XLC. And people are watching for your doors to be open. And maybe they know 3 girls from church, but the one that is consistent is the one that they decide to give their heart. Remember, give their heart, because they're afraid that they're not going to be able to lose weight again. They're not giving you $549. They're giving you their heart. So when you're not consistent, it's like going to town constantly, and that one boutique that has the only thing in town that you really need is never open 15 minutes past the opening time. Do you know how often I go to that boutique now? No. If you don't mean business for your business, why am I going to give? I don't even know I can give you business. You're not open. So I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress how consistency does matter. Time management, make sure that you can get it into the pockets of life. Okay. And so y'all have all heard that. None of that's new. It's not. It's like, I need to be adding to Facebook, and I need to do this. If I work today, I need to be sure I can do 30 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 30 minutes. But y'all, that's some of the biggest stuff that gets in people's way, is every reason under the sun today to not work my business. And I'm very sarcastic sometimes, but I will never lie to you. So my cat's in the bath, my nails are wet, I broke a toenail, the wind is blowing. I'll get back to this on Thursday. The examples may not be all factual. I didn't say none. I said all factual. But y'all, you're building something that is a legacy income. I started this 6 years ago this month, and today is the 23rd. I had a box I'd not opened for 2 months. I had no intention of being a distributor. I thought I had something good in banking, even though we were still struggling to pay our bills. I did a video today on my page, and I'm giving away some money for people to buy school clothes for their kids and school supplies, because I remember at this point in time where it was so hard for us to do that. And then I remember as a banker where I would say, did you know if you would save $25 a month, let's start now, you'll have school clothes money this month. I can single-handedly in an hour help a mama get more school clothes money than I ever did as a banker, y'all. So your consistency, you flash forward that 20 years, you can't even imagine how much money you're going to be making. You flash forward that 5 years, you can't even imagine, because you've helped so many people, but not if you don't do IPAs, not if you're not consistent. So y'all, I love, love, love. When we do retreats, when we do different things, we usually always do action-based challenges, because unless you do the actions, you're not really going anywhere. So IPAs and consistency. I want to talk about the difference between fishing and hunting. And this is something I've been talking to my team a lot about lately. And this is going to feel harsh. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all this is going to feel harsh. And you're going, we don't even know who she is. And she's like, oh, no, she's going to be mean to us. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. God called me to this, and we've changed a lot of lives. I have a guy that I graduated high school with. He's lost 219 pounds because of social media. Because of us sharing on social media. I haven't seen him since 1987 until Singular. But my best friend also had to leave her 29-year teaching career because of an aging mother and a grandchild that was going through a custody case. And she had to be everything for the family, and there was just nothing left for the schoolhouse. She was eligible for retirement, but can't afford retirement. And you know, that's the majority of why people that are old enough to retire don't retire. It's because they can't take the 40% discount, okay? It's not because they love their jobs. There's something else they could be doing. They can't afford to retire. We're gonna sit here and lie to you, okay? And so my other best friend, she started because she couldn't sleep at night. She had 10 pounds she thought she needed to lose. Dry. The bank closed the doors on her 30-year career in a small town. You think she could make the same amount of money that she was making at the bank? She makes it with Singular. So I say all that to say is I'm going to challenge you to not just fish. Do more than add to your testimony page every day. Post in your testimony page, post on Facebook, follow up with somebody who hadn't started for 6 months already, follow up with somebody who hadn't started for 12 years already. Doing more than the basics. And I call this IPAs plus boldness equals freedom. Sorry. I've done a bunch of talking already today. This is dry. It's not liking me. I'm going to challenge you because those two best friends, y'all, they started because I said, you need to be doing this with me. Neither one of them really started for weight loss. I said, you need to be doing this with me. Fast forward, what if I had never said, you need to be doing this with me? Those were two of the best IPAs I ever did, y'all. Because look at what it did for my best friends. Two of the best IPAs I ever did was to tell somebody that I love that you should be doing this with me. So I challenge you to make sure every day on your IPA list that you are doing something because you don't hate them. And so because you want them, they're miserable either financially or with weight or with wellness, or because they're working their fingers to the bone, but they never can take a break. They've got a pain point in their life and you've got a solution. So I challenge you every day, part of your IPAs has to be you're rocking the system, you're loving the system. We've got to get your products paid for. Why am I going to let you pay for Zing for 5 years, for 10 years? Why am I going to let you pay for Global Blend for 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Why am I going to let you pay for Global Blend? How many of y'all going to be taking Shine forever? Oh my Lord. Like, y'all could take a lot from me, but you couldn't take my Shine. Global Blend has gotten me off the crap that didn't work for me before. So you're not going to take it from me. So if I was your person, why are you going to let me pay for that for the rest of my life? It doesn't make any sense. It's because I don't know. So in your IPAs, y'all, IPAs plus boldness equals freedom. If you can unlock their freedom, you can have everything y'all want. You can everything you want. And maybe you just want to get your products paid for. I'm going to come back to that. Maybe you want to pay off that $2,000 credit card that you've been paying on forever. It's going to take 18 years. So is the $15,000 credit card, 18 years. No less unless you make more payments. Where do you get more money? If you already had to charge stuff. More income. Y'all, you have the greatest gift in this company, and no one even knows that we exist yet. There are tens of thousands of people that are counting on you sharing and being consistent and being bold. And I'll talk about your story can be the key that unlocks people's prison. I was just reading Hillary's a little bit ago. She sent it to me after I'd reached out to her. And I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's liberating right there, you know? And so y'all be bold. You have something amazing. And so I really was called in Grapevine, Texas. Any of y'all that were there, and you may not have been, because I think a lot of y'all are super, super new. And I'm going to tell you, she talked about income for an ambassador. I'm going to tell you what an ambassador is. An ambassador is just a manager that didn't quit or give up, that saw a life that she didn't want to live anymore, and a life that she wanted to release other people from, especially people she loved. And so every freaking day, whether she wants to or not, she does the work. She does the work when they tell her no. She does the work when they lay down on their own hopes and dreams and they give up on themselves. She does the work anyway, because she just believes in what she's found. Y'all, that's all you have to get out of the manager ranks. It's all you have to get out of the director ranks. It's all you have to be a platinum ambassador. And then you just keep paying it forward. That's all you do. You find 4 and you help 3 do the same. But that's how you do it. You do it with consistency and conviction over and over and over. And that I can promise you. And so I'm going to go back to those of you all that say, I just want to get my products paid for. Good luck. And this is why. This is a mission. This is a beast. This is a life-changing organism. You cannot control the fire that's going to be lit. So that goal of if I can just get my products paid for, that is fear and that is doubt, because you won't be able to contain it. What if the first person you sign up, what if the 4th person you sign up just to get your products paid for is a Melissa Adams or a Jana Bullard? You're going to do way more than get your products paid for. So you've got to be thinking, we've got millions to save. So that goal of if I can just get my products paid for, that safety of if I don't do well, I wasn't planning on doing well anyway. Y'all need to put that crap down, because we change lives. And if we change lives and you sign people up, how the heck is that thing not going to explode if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing? So you need to get a bigger goal than get your products paid for. Because for my biggest IPAs, when I was trying to not hit manager, trying to not be a distributor. I thought I was going to be a banker until I died. I was stupid, y'all. I didn't believe in this. I was ignorant. Ignorant meaning lack of knowledge, y'all. I just didn't know. I just didn't know. And so you fast forward it, when my first person said, how can I get my products paid for? And I thought, oh, good God, I don't know. I don't know. I get some little big checks. I just help people. I had to make the decision to say, let's go. I'll ask some questions. We'll start figuring it out. And then now we're going to have to go in. And then that next IPA is teaching her and working with her and pouring into her and connecting her. Those are IPAs too, right? One of the best IPAs I ever did was spend my time making sure she knew what to do, even though I was not trying to make any money with Singular. Does it make sense? But I had to grow, or what would have happened to her? She is now Platinum Executive Celia Boone. I already told you about my other two favorite IPAs. What if I'd never asked them? And they're not my favorite, actually. Y'all know who my favorite is? I'm about to talk about it. Do y'all know Executive Paige Perez? She spoke at Zing Fest about get out off the sidelines and then get into the game of your own life. Well, she's my daughter. What if I had never told her to do this with me? What if I had never done that? What if I had never poured into her? What if I had never shared? She was making $800 a month, of which $400 went to daycare. She was about to have my third grandchild, which means she's working to keep them in daycare. So she was going to stay home where they already were struggling to pay their bills. And we were struggling to help them back in the day. You know what I mean? Or she could do something different. So y'all, IPAs plus boldness equal freedom. You go get them some freedom. And you need to get over your, I want to get my products paid for, baby, because you can blow past me. And that's the amazing part of this company. Come for it. There it is. Ambassador X. Come get it. The better you do, the better we all do. I'm not the least bit scared of that. This is not corporate America anymore, girls and boys. So, Melissa, that's what I would share. I don't know what you wanted me to share.
Oh, Lord. Girl, preach. People tell me I feel like I've been to church. I just feel like I've been to church with you. It's like there's a fire in my belly, and I know I can see it on everybody's faces. And you know, if you want it, it's there. You've just got to do it. Can we open it up for some questions? Do you mind a few minutes?
No. That's what I said. I don't know if you want me to talk 40 more minutes. Well, I only have 10 because I've got a compliance thing at 2:30. But I didn't really ask. I just thought I'd talk till I felt like God didn't have anything else for me.
It was, yeah, there you go. But does anybody have any questions? I'm going to look at the chats real quick, or you can unmute and ask her yourself, or.
Well, since you're in the car, I'll look at the chat. I didn't see any questions, Melissa.
Martine said I was about to shout. Me too, girl. Somebody's got to have a question, you guys. And she's open to anything. I'm going to tell you, I know her very well. She's just like me. She's an open book.
Oh. Like I told y'all, like this, sometimes it feels uncomfortable because honestly, this is like the altar call with every head bowed and every eye closed. Do you do what I just said? 99% of distributors don't. They're afraid. What on God's are you afraid of? Afraid of more years on credit cards because they didn't know what the solution. I'd be afraid of my daughter working a dead-end job for the rest of her life. I'd be afraid of my sister working a dead-end job for the rest of her life because I didn't tell her. That's what I'd be afraid of.
Yep.
You know?
Your name is Martine.
Martine?
Yes, ma'am.
She's at work, so she has to whisper.
Okay.
Well,
I had to wait for my desk, but I'll tell you what has discouraged me more than anything is family. I have signed up so many family members that will not listen to me, will not do the program like I taught them to do the program. And then they come back and it's like they're blaming me. And I'm gonna be honest, I've let it discourage me. And I've got to where I don't even want to sign up a family member because I've had so many to fail at it because they won't listen. You have any suggestions?
Yeah, I do. I have two. One is move on. We've got lots of people to save. We've got lots of people that do want it, and you are not unique. Family members can be some of the most challenging, and it goes back to social acceptance. What is my family going to think of me? Or they have already not done what I wanted them to. And so then we get it down, we get it here. And that is keeping somebody that desperately needs the gift that you do have from having it. So don't bring their baggage into somebody else's hope. Okay. So first is we got plenty of other people. We got plenty of other people, right? The other thing is what I have found, and I don't know that this is the case, so I'm just going to blanket statement, is when people are trying to help family, they treat them differently. Like they don't connect them. They don't do the chat because this is my sister or this is my cousin or this is my whatever. And then they don't feel the same experience. And then you don't also have that person that can come in that's not related and go, well, girl, what have you been eating? Well, girl, let me look at your IPAs. So it's kind of like, then it's like you sitting down at Thanksgiving dinner and it begins to feel like tension versus it is a part of a movement. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I've seen is we treat them separately and we don't take them through our duplication model. So I would caution everybody. And I'll tell you, there's always that. Interestingly enough, some of my biggest fans are two of my cousins. Very, very, very successful, very physically fit, all this good kind of stuff. Never bought a product from me. You know, they're both about to get a call from me telling them that you may not want to do this business or need this business, but you know some people that do. I want some referrals. So, because remember, IPAs plus boldness equals freedom, but they've never bought a product, which is weird to me. I mean, I'm talking raving fans, great people, have plenty of money to buy their vitamins from me. And one of these days, I'm probably just going to say, have you ever thought that, I mean, have I not made it clear that you probably could be getting your vitamins from me? But guess what? I don't let that stop me. That is their issue or their misunderstanding or whatever it is. And maybe my lack of communication, whatever, but I am not going to let that keep me from saving one more mama that can't pay her grocery bill or one more grandmother that can't play with her kids because every part of her body is in agony. So that's the two best things I could say. And you're just normal. That's very, very common. Not everybody's the ex-twins where the two sisters love each other and do everything together. Some of them are like, and some of them it's, I don't think I can compete with you. So great question though.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you
I
got
have a question.
change. Yes.
I have a question. It's Hillary. I'm driving.
Hey, Hillary.
I'm in a parking lot though, so we're good. So
Okay.
I know this is probably different because you've been doing it so long and your daughter watched you and knew what the possibilities were and everything. But I want to know, how did you get her to join you and check? Because I've got friends that I want them to do this with me so bad, and I'm like, I want you on these trips with me. I know you can do this. I've been dripping on them. They bought the products, half-assed that, and really didn't do it right. But I mean, they've just got new moms, so much stress, jobs taking them away from their kids whenever I know that they'd rather be at home. So.
Yeah.
How do you convert them other than just keep on dripping?
So I think a lot of it is sheer conviction in what we're doing, like adamant. And I've got a couple of really great leaders that I worked with the bank that I know one day she will be on my team. She's not ready yet, but I won't back down from the fact that she needs every part of what I have. remember their non-joining, whether it's for product or whether it's for income, is a lack of belief in themselves. And so we will, above all things, guard your own heart. So if I don't participate, I can't fail. If I don't give it a chance, then I can't say I wasn't good at it. So there's so much of that is just a human nature wall. Some people are better at that wall than others. And I'll tell you, that was straight up my defense mechanism. If you think that the real reason why Jana Bullard wasn't a distributor was that she was busy, she already made fairly decent money. I make more money a month than I used to at the bank, you know? And so it was honestly, what if I suck? I don't like to suck, y'all. I've never been very good at that. When I'm not very good at something, I don't like it. Kind of take it personally a little bit. And so most people, that's so much of it. So what part of what you have found is really that difference maker for them? Is it the travel? Is it the income? Is it a camaraderie? Is it, and I lead with conviction, like I do not want to be sitting on a beach without you. You are my this, you are my that, you are the blah, 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 blah. And I'm just not willing to leave you behind. I'm just not willing to do it, you know? So a lot of it is just sheer posture of belief in who they are, with a connection to, and people come at different times. Both my best friends, when I told them they need to do this with me, said, but I'm not you. And they're not. I am more extroverted. I was more fake confident than either one of them. And so it didn't mean I was more confident. It meant that I was in a position where I had to appear to be more confident for my job. And so we're at this perfect place to where you don't have to be well-spoken. You don't have to be able to put on a home party. You don't have to be able to do a million calls. Although if you're not connecting your people, which is the second thing, Hillary, if you've said it, who else have you had say it? You know, and that's one of the things that I'll even do when somebody is, you know, dropping me in a chat and they want me to blah, blah, blah. I go back and I say, you need to tell me in front of this girl why you believe so much in her so that she sees that. Because remember, she doesn't know it. She doesn't believe it. You need to tell her or say it in front of me. So then I can go back and validate that she's in the right place. And then when we get on a video, or we get on a call, all I do is I just ask somebody to hear me out. Just hear me out. You do not have to do this with me, Hillary. I just want you to hear me out because I love you too much to leave you behind. That's not going to be on my watch. So does that kind of help?
Yeah, and I think you just answered Tanisha's question too. She was basically the same thing. How do you get business builders to come on board? And same thing. I mean, I think that's where the struggle is. You know, I think that's where the challenge is for a lot of people is it's kind of like what we were talking about, getting them from getting the people that you're signing up from zero to the quick start, from quick start to manager, from manager to gold, from gold to director, you know?
No. And just remember, they can't see it. They don't know that they can do it. So that opportunity, whether it is just like you're killing this, you should not be paying for this. I will hold your hand. We do simple things. That is completely different than a message that says, would you like to get your products paid for? That's a text message. There's no conviction that I've got you. Debbie Hanks, a high school friend that's a restart after 4 years, a restart. She hit gold manager. She secured her trip. She's going for platinum manager this month. And the thing, when she reached out to me with tears and said, I've got to lose weight. I've been watching and blah, blah, blah. And the thing that I said when I voice messaged back to her, because I didn't type it, because she said, I'm crying sending this to you. Do not respond in text when somebody pours their heart out to you. You give them your voice. You cannot mess it up. You cannot mess it up unless you go, well, it kind of might be. I don't know if you want to, don't do that. Like, gosh, you've got the best thing since sliced bread, even the low carb bread. Anyway, and so I voiced her and I said, well then girl, we're going to hit the submit button and you're going to stop watching Facebook posts that I make crying, and we're going to do this. I've got you. I've got you. She didn't need to know anything else. She just needed to know that I've got her back. I'm going to help her. Sorry. That's my 2:30. Hey, give me just a minute to get off of Zoom. Okay, I'll be right back. Anyway, and so consistency, posture, belief. We can give you all the words in the world. We can give you the greatest little, here's exactly what Jana says. If you don't say it and mean it, no matter how you say it, they're never going to believe it. You got to do you, boo. Use the duplication, but bring this, because this is what builds. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for you, not a candy coated answer all the time. So that's some of the best advice I can give on actually getting people to do it, is your sincerity and your posture. And keep following up with them. We follow up with the customer until they buy a box, until the cows come home, right? But when somebody says no thank you to upgrading right now, or to looking at this right now, but they really matter to you, we kind of mark them off the list like they no longer mattered to you. Don't give up. You gotta follow up on your business people too. So okay,
Jen, I love you. Thank you so much. And we should appreciate you. Enjoy compliance training.
Congratulations on all your hard work and earning the Zoom today. I hope it wasn't horrible. So I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all. Oh my God. I'm ready to go sign up again and be a distributor all over again. I'm just telling you, if that didn't wet your wood, then you need to check it. So if that didn't watch it, not wet your wood, if your wood was wet and it didn't light your fire, there you go. Then something's wrong. Check yourself. I love y'all. Have a great day.
Love y'all.